starting with 1 million luck points. Chapter 86, Who Can Support Us? At the military camp of the East Station of the Huadong City, a large number of demon generals and demon soldiers attacked the defensive line crazily. Tap, tap, tap. The machine guns spat out bullets that killed countless demon soldiers. All kinds of demon beast limbs and blood splattered everywhere. Soon, they accumulated outside the defensive line. However, there were just too many demon warriors, and their speed was too fast. The first line of defense lasted for less than 5 minutes before the remaining soldiers had to retreat to the second line of defense. On the high wall of the defensive line, Commander Zhao's face darkened as he looked at the huge overlord-level demon beast not far away. At present, only the demon generals and demon warriors were attacking. But the situation was already not optimistic. "Are there any updates on Senior Zhou's location?" he asked through his ear mic. "Commander, the energy of the 3 overlord-level demon beasts is too powerful. It's covering the entire outer perimeter of the city and has severely disrupted our signal." Upon hearing this, Commander Zhao's expression turned even gloomier. He regretted not insisting on making Senior Zhou stay behind earlier. Reporting to Commander, the second line of defense is about to collapse. The casualties of the soldiers have increased. We request for the Grand Masters to take action. The anxious voices of the other battalion commanders sounded in his ear mic. Commander Zhao said without thinking, "Request denied." It would take at least 20 minutes for the supernatural Grand Master to arrive, and the Grand Master was the last line of defense. After all, even the Demon Kings had yet to attack. If they hurriedly sent out the Grand Masters, it would be no different from quenching thirst with poison. Pu. Pu. Many soldiers below were torn to pieces by demon beasts. Occasionally, demon generals would rush to the high wall, but they were quickly torn apart by the cannon fire. Lu. At this moment, an ear-piercing sharp sound suddenly sounded from the sky. A large number of flying demon beasts swept towards the sky above the city defense line. Click. Large numbers of metal barrels appeared on the high walls. Tap, tap, tap. Like machine guns, these barrels fired bullets that enveloped these flying demon beasts like raindrops. For a moment, a large number of demon beast corpses fell. Rumble. The ground suddenly exploded, and tank-like scorpions appeared in front of the second line of defense, mincing a large number of soldiers into pieces as blood flowed into a river. "Insect race, you guys really came after all." Commander Zhao gritted his teeth. He knew that during the demon beast wave attack, the insect race would definitely not be willing to fall behind. "He Biao, Zhenhong, you guys are to strictly guard against the iron armor worms entering the city through the underground tunnel." "Yes, Commander." Roar. Roar. As a large number of insect beasts appeared, the overlord-level demon beasts that had been waiting behind suddenly let out loud roars. The king-level demon beasts responded one after another. Boom. Boom. In an instant, more than 10 king-level demon beasts began to charge towards the city. "Is it going to start soon? Prepare the laser cannon." Commander Zhao, who was covered in armor, took out an incomparably sharp saber from his palm. At the top of the tall building in the city, huge laser weapons began to be charged. Fire! The king-level demon beast was extremely fast, and it rushed to the second line of defense in the blink of an eye. Commander Zhao immediately ordered. Chi! 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 Beams of energy lasers were instantly activated. Almost instantly, the laser pierced through the heads of 7 to 8 king-level monsters. But some of the lasers still missed. Commander Zhao and the other fully armed Grand Masters rushed down and killed the remaining king-level demon beasts. In the sky, a large number of flying demon beasts were still charging. Although the cannon fire was dense, under the fearless charge of the flying demon beasts, hundreds of demon beasts still passed through the defensive line in the sky and flew towards the city. Commander Zhao was helpless against this and could only let the flying demon beasts wreak havoc. Reporting to Commander, a large number of insects have appeared on the East Station's North Station defense line. There are more than 1 million of them. Currently, the 2 or 3 lines of defense there are on the verge of collapse. Requesting support. Just as he finished killing an injured king-level demon beast, Commander Zhao heard the emergency cry for help coming from his ear mic. Boom. 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 At the South Station defense line of the city, the sound of artillery could be heard continuously. However, the 3 lines of defense outside the high wall had already completely collapsed. Large numbers of soldiers, demon beasts, and mutilated corpses covered the entire outer edge of the high wall, emitting a rich bloody smell everywhere. Roar! Roar! 7 to 8 intermediate king-level demon beasts attacked the high wall crazily. In just dozens of seconds, a third of the 100-meter-tall metal wall shattered. Kill, kill. Even if we die, we can't let a single demon beast enter the city. Damn demon race, don't even think about going past me. Kill, kill these bastards. After the walls cracked, a large number of martial artists from the city and the military camp went crazy. They used their bodies to form a defense line to firmly resist the impact of the demon beasts. After the remaining soldiers ran out of bullets, they directly pounced forward to fight the demon warriors in close combat. Battalion commander, quick, we can't hold on much longer. Requesting support. Battalion Commander Chu's ear mic kept ringing with the sounds of fighting. His armor was covered in blood as he roared, "Where are we supposed to get support? The West Station's defense line has already collapsed. A large number of insect beasts have rushed into the city, and the pressure on the commander of the East Station is even greater. The Overlord-level demon beasts are eyeing us covetously. Tell me, who can support us?" Silence immediately filled the ear mic, leaving only the roars of the demon beasts. At this moment, we can only risk our lives. Kill! Kill! No one retreated. Everyone knew that once the city was finished, they would also lose their home. Bam! Bam! Under the crazy collision of 7 to 8 king-level demon beasts, the iron-casting high wall slowly collapsed. The overwhelming demon warriors surged towards the collapse. Battalion Commander Chu felt despair when he saw this. It's over. Chi! Chi! However, at this moment, a saber beam suddenly appeared in the sky. Chapter 87, Parents in Danger. The entire world was instantly covered by the saber beam. At the spot where the high wall collapsed, the large number of demon warriors that had just rushed over were instantly torn apart by the sharp saber beam. 3 king-level demon beasts didn't even have time to react before their bodies were directly divided into 2 halves and fell onto the ground with a bang. Their huge bodies happened to block the opening in the high wall. Battalion Commander Chu and the group of martial artists were equally as stunned. Soon, a red armored figure appeared in their sights. At the same time, a voice sounded in their ears. "Sorry, I'm late." Battalion Commander Chu was the first to react. He danced around excitedly. "It's Senior Zhou. Senior Zhou is still alive." The other martial artists also returned to their senses and were excited. Roar! Roar! The remaining 5 king-level demon beasts let out furious roars. Zhou Hao's gaze turned around and he ordered, "You guys quickly clear the demon warriors. I'll deal with these guys first. Senior Zhou, be careful." Before Battalion Commander Chu could finish speaking, he saw Zhou Hao flash and 5 terrifying intermediate king-level demon beasts fell. It was as if Zhou Hao never left the ground. All the martial artists were stunned. He killed them just like that. Those were intermediate king-level demon beasts. All of them could not believe their eyes. Before they could react, Zhou Hao's figure flashed again. Pu! 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 The saber beams spread out and connected together, flickering around a large number of demon generals like dazzling starlight. In less than half a minute, the thousands of demon generals outside the high wall fell. The hundreds of thousands of demon warriors were panic-stricken. Without the demon generals and demon kings helping them out, they no longer had the time to attack the high wall. One by one, they turned around and fled. When Zhou Hao saw this, he turned to look at Battalion Commander Chu. "I can count on you guys to hold the South Station, right?" Battalion Commander Chu and the other martial artists were still in a daze. Zhou Hao shook his head and glanced at the virtual screen, instantly shocked. Luck points, 115,700,000, current level, achievable dreams. 1. His luck points had actually broken through to 10 million. And the status seemed to have also increased to another level. Haha, a beast wave attack is indeed the best opportunity to accumulate luck points. Zhou Hao reacted and was excited. Usually, in the wilderness, if he wanted to kill a high-level demon general, he had to run around and search. Furthermore, if he killed too many, the other demon generals would definitely run. As for demon kings, they were intelligent beings. If they sensed him from afar, they would flee crazily. Therefore, not to mention accumulating more than 10 million luck points, even accumulating 1 million luck points was very difficult. However, a beast wave attack was different. During a wave attack, a large number of demon generals and demon kings would gather together. With the leadership of a demon overlord, they did not dare to escape at all, so it gave him the opportunity to accumulate his luck points crazily. Now, just by killing the demon beast army at the South Station, he had accumulated more than 10 million luck points. If he could kill all the demon beasts and insects that had attacked the city this time. Zhou Hao's eyes lit up. He wished he could immediately rush to the East Station and kill all the demon beasts. Senior Zhou, please answer if you hear me." At this moment, an intermittent voice sounded from the wireless channel. Zhou Hao's thoughts were interrupted. When he heard Commander Zhao's voice, he hurriedly replied, "Commander Zhao, how's the situation over there?" "That's great. Senior Zhou, you're not dead." "Thank God, Senior Zhou, you're still alive. The intelligence department is finally doing their job." He Baiao and Zhenhong's excited voices quickly sounded from the wireless channel. Commander Zhao also hurriedly said, "Senior Zhou, the East Station can still hold on for the time being." "Where are you?" Zhou Hao replied, "I'm at the South Station. I've already forced back the Demon Beast army and am about to go to your East Station." "What? The South Station's Demon Beast army was forced back? Long live Senior Zhou." "Haha, Senior Zhou is indeed as valiant as usual." He Baiao, Zhenhong, and the other grandmasters shouted excitedly. Commander Zhao was also extremely excited, and the anxiety in his voice had eased up significantly. "Senior Zhou, the border defense line at the North Station and the West Station has also collapsed. A large number of insect beasts have rushed into the city. I can't afford to send anyone there, so I hope you can go and provide support." "What? You're saying that the West Station's defense line has collapsed?" Zhou Hao's body trembled. "What about the residents of the city?" Commander Zhao could tell that Zhou Hao was anxious. He hurriedly said, "Senior Zhou, don't worry. A large number of residents have been transferred to the ground, but a small number of them have not been transferred." Zhou Hao interrupted him. "I'll go over immediately." With that said, his figure disappeared from his original spot. Be it Chu City High School, Yang Garden Residence, or the location of the company his parents worked at, they were all located at the West Station. Now that the West Station's defense line had collapsed, a large number of insect beasts were wreaking havoc, and his parents were in danger. Chapter 88, Well done. Boom. Boom. An extremely high sonic boom sounded as Zhou Hao rushed straight for the West Station like a rocket. Just as he arrived at the intersection of the West Station and the South Station, he saw a large number of insect beasts on the street. Many soldiers relied on obstacles on the street to defend themselves as they fired crazily to stop the insect beasts. Tanks and helicopters also bombarded the powerful insect beasts incessantly. Zhou Hao was extremely anxious. Before he rushed over, he had already called his parents, but there was still no response. Pu. 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 In his anxiety, he directly rushed into the insect beast army, his saber quickly reaping countless insect beast lives. It's a Grandmaster. Our support has arrived. Brothers, charge. Charge, kill these insect race trash. The soldiers, who were originally resisting with great difficulty, saw the red figure that rushed into the insect beast army and killed the insect beasts like cutting melons and vegetables. All of them became excited and counterattacked crazily. Zhou Hao killed his way from the border to the main street of the West Station. He killed no less than hundreds of thousands of insects and beasts. He only stopped when he bumped into the command center of the West Station's defensive line. Division leader Gong, who was wearing red armor, noticed that the number of attacking insect beasts had suddenly decreased as well, allowing them to feel less pressured. Only then did he see Zhou Hao, who was wearing red armor. He bowed excitedly. Senior Zhou. Zhou Hao waved his hand casually and asked anxiously, Division leader Gong, have the students and residents of Chu City High School and Yang Garden residence been transferred? Division leader Gong was stunned for a moment before hurriedly finding the person in charge of this matter. Senior Zhou, he's in charge of transferring the students and residents. You can ask him. The person bowed and hurriedly replied, Sir, all the residents of the West Station have been evacuated. They are currently checking on residents to ensure the safety of every resident and student. Hearing this, Zhou Hao immediately heaved a sigh of relief. He remembered that there was an entrance to a special underground bomb shelter in Yang Garden residence. If everyone had been transferred, then his parents should be fine. Moreover, after killing his way here, he also realized that the insect beast wave attack had not reached Chu City High School and Yang Garden residence yet. Well done. Zhou Hao's mood instantly improved as he praised. The staff member suppressed his excitement and said respectfully, Thank you, sir, this is just part of my responsibility. Zhou Hao smiled and then looked at Division Leader Gong with a solemn expression. Commander Zhao sent me to support the West Station. How's the situation now? Division Leader Gong shook his head and sighed. The situation is very bad. This time, there were more than 100 different types of insect beasts. Our soldiers have suffered a very serious loss, and we also lack martial artists. We're unable to resist. However, the main pressure is the dozen or so king-level insect beasts wreaking havoc on the Hongxing Avenue. Without a Grandmaster, it will be very difficult for us to stop them. Zhou Hao nodded. Hongxing Avenue, huh? As soon as he finished speaking, his figure vanished. Division leader Gong smiled bitterly speechlessly, thinking to himself that the senior Zhou was being too anxious. He had yet to finish speaking when the other party rushed over impatiently. Reporting to Battalion 113, more than 10 king-level demon beasts on Hongxing Avenue have been killed by a Grandmaster-level expert. Reporting completed. At this moment, a voice sounded in Division Leader Gong's ear mic. He could not help but widen his eyes. What? The king-level demon beasts had been killed? This. Division Leader Gong, this Grandmaster who just helped us out is very powerful. In less than 4 seconds, he killed more than 10 king-level demon beasts. Ha ha ha, our city is saved. Awesome. Formidable. Various praises sounded continuously from his ear mic. The dozens of battalion commanders in charge of the Hongxing Avenue were so excited that they were speechless. Division Leader Gong was dumbfounded. He was simply unable to imagine that in the time it took for him to speak, this senior Zhou had actually killed the terrifying king-level insect beast that the West Station was facing. In less than 4 seconds. Returning to his senses, he hurriedly asked, Where's that Senior Joe now? Division Leader Gong, that Senior Joe said that he went to support the North Station. Oh, right, Senior Joe also finished off hundreds of high general level insect beasts. The saber in Division Leader Gong's hand fell to the ground with a bang. At the North Station of the city. Unlike the West Station, this was the disaster area for the insect beasts. Tap, tap, tap. Outside the street filled with bars. The sound of intense gunshots became softer and softer as a large number of soldiers were torn apart by the insect beasts. The armored martial artists could only constantly retreat and rely on the terrain to handle the insect beasts. In the corner of a bar, dozens of students trembled. Chapter 89, Surrounded by Insect Beasts. These students were Yuan Cheng, Yun Yan, the other Yanjing geniuses, Su Ling, and the other students from Chu City High School. It's the red beetle and the sicklefoot. We're done for, we're done for. If I had known, I wouldn't have come to the Barayuro Review. What are you crying for? It's useless to regret now. Besides, this is a special alert. It doesn't matter where we hide. It's useless. The students lowered their voices, unable to hide their anxiety and panic. When the city's alarm went off, they happened to be singing in the next room. Furthermore, because it was too noisy and everyone was drinking, no one heard the alarm. When they came out, they realized that everyone had already left. It was not until they encountered the government personnel in charge of evacuation that they learned that the city had been attacked by a beast wave attack. The North Station's defense line had collapsed too quickly. It was already too late for them to retreat and go underground. What should we do? Yun Yan and Fang Yu looked at Yuan Cheng. He was the strongest here. Through the window, Yuan Cheng looked at the large number of insect beasts wreaking havoc outside and frowned. We have to get everyone a set of armor now, or we won't be able to get out at all. Without armor to defend themselves, even martial artists would find it very difficult for them to unleash their strength. Moreover, they were all only students. Although they had recently undergone a lot of virtual combat training, it was still difficult for them to fight without armor. Su Ling bit her lower lip and shook her head with a sigh. There is armor on the corpses of the dead martial artists on the ground, but we need someone to get it. Yuan Cheng, Yun Yan, and the other Yanjing geniuses were all silent. They were all wearing armor. However, rushing out at this moment was no different from courting death. It had to be known that not only were there a large number of insect beasts outside the streets, but there were also many general-level insect beasts patrolling the streets. Once discovered, not to mention them, even a true master-level expert would be instantly swallowed by the insect beasts. After all, the insect race's strength was much more terrifying than the demon race. If the peerless genius of our school was here, he would definitely stand up for us. That's right. That peerless genius has never been afraid of death. Hi, I wonder if he's around. Many students started talking at once. Yuan Cheng, Yun Yan, and the other Yanjing geniuses had awkward expressions. They could hear the ridicule in the students' words, but it was too dangerous outside. They did not dare to take the risk of losing their lives. Boom! Boom! A large number of red beetles and sickle legs rushed into the building to search for residents. Soon, more than 10 of them approached the bar. Yuan Cheng and the others immediately became nervous and afraid. These insect beasts were all low-level demon warriors, so it was not difficult to eliminate them. But as long as they attacked, the commotion here would definitely attract other insect beasts. Bang! Bang! Several insect beasts rushed in first and shattered the tables, chairs, and wine. Yuan Cheng, stop hesitating. Su Ling shouted. Let's go all out. Yuan Cheng also knew that if they continued to hesitate, the insect beasts would discover them. All of you, follow closely behind us. Once you rush out of the bar, immediately pick up those armor to protect yourself. With that said, his armor was revealed. With the roll of the saber in his hand, he directly killed the insect beast in front. Yunyan and Fang Yu also rushed out and cooperated well to kill the other insect beasts. The remaining insect beasts sensed the commotion and let out sharp sounds. Swoosh! Swoosh! Many insect beasts that were wreaking havoc outside paused for a moment before charging towards the bar crazily. Run, run! Yuan Cheng roared, and his figure rushed towards the remaining insect beasts in the bar with an after-image. Su Ling was the first to rush out. She grabbed a table and chair and smashed an insect beast that was blocking the way away, escaping crazily towards the entrance of the bar. The other students followed closely behind and rushed out of the bar as fast as they could. They had to race against time. Once the insect beasts surrounded them, they would be finished. There were many pieces of armor that had been casually discarded on the streets. They were all left behind by the martial artists who had previously resisted the insect beasts. Su Ling and the other students rushed out of the bar and quickly picked up their armor. They activated the armor equipment and instantly covered their bodies. At this moment, many insects and beasts closest to the bar had already pounced over. Everyone, form a team. Don't panic. Su Ling shouted calmly. Pu! 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 Her saber slashed out rhythmically, and she quickly killed 3 warrior-level insect beasts. Although the other students were a little flustered at first, Instructor Shen's recent hellish training had improved their instincts. Therefore, they quickly formed a defensive line. After Yuan Chenjiun and the other Yanjing geniuses rushed out of the bar, they heaved a sigh of relief. Quick, retreat to the highest building. Su Ling shouted anxiously. Swoosh! Swoosh! The other students hurriedly turned around and retreated. Yuan Cheng, Yun Yan, and the others were not weak. After cooperating with Su Ling to resist a wave of insect beasts, they also managed to turn around and escape towards the building. However, the insect beasts were too fast, especially the general-level insect beasts. After discovering Su Ling and the other students, they all ran over. In just more than 10 seconds, the group of students was forced to flee into a supermarket by the 3 general-level insect beasts. Boom! 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 A large number of insect beasts followed closely and slammed against the supermarket door. It's over, it's over. We're all going to die. I don't want to die. Many students who had escaped to the 3rd floor of the supermarket looked at the dense swarm of insect beasts below and couldn't help but cry. Yuan Cheng and the other Yanjing geniuses gritted their teeth and killed the insect beasts that rushed up the elevator. However, there were too many insect beasts, and the students' physical strength gradually became exhausted. One by one, they were sent flying by the insect beasts and smashed onto the shelves. The other students hiding behind couldn't help but exclaim when they saw so many insect beasts. Let's fight it out with them. Even if I die, I'll drag a few of them down with me. Some boys looked at each other and gritted their teeth as they rushed up. Chapter 90, We're done for this time. However, just as they rushed out, they saw 3 general-level insect beasts jump out at them. Their huge bodies were like tanks as they blocked the elevator entrance. Seeing this, the boys who had just aroused their courage immediately became listless. Bang! The general-level red beetle's iron-like limb suddenly smashed, sending more than 10 students flying. Yuan Cheng, Su Ling, and the other students struggled to stand up. Seeing this, they all smiled bitterly. We're done for this time. With that said, they all closed their eyes. Facing a general-level insect beast, they were unable to resist at all. They could only wait for death. Swoosh! Just as the general-level red beetle was about to tear Yuan Cheng and the others into pieces, a sharp saber aura suddenly swept over. Pu! 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 The 3 insect generals as well as the insect beasts were all sliced into 2. The students who were originally prepared to die were stunned when they saw this. An expert has arrived. It's a grandmaster. It must be a Grandmaster level expert. That's great, we don't have to die anymore. Many students reacted and immediately jumped up in excitement. Yuan Cheng, Yun Yan, Su Ling, and the others also had joyful expressions on their faces. Let's go out and take a look. After waiting for a moment and seeing no sign of the expert, they hesitated for a moment and walked out of the supermarket as they stepped on insect beast limbs. However, just as they reached the entrance of the supermarket, they were immediately stunned. The streets were filled with large numbers of insect beast corpses. Heavens! How many insect beasts did this expert kill? Damn, look! These insect beasts were all sliced into two. What kind of expert is this? How terrifying! Su Ling and the other students soon realized that the insect beasts on the ground were the same as the ones in the supermarket. They were all sliced in half, and their eyes were filled with shock. Supernatural! He's definitely a supernatural expert. That's right. Only a supernatural expert can do something like this. Yuan Cheng and the other Yanjing geniuses worshipped him excitedly. A supernatural grandmaster. That was a peerless expert that stood at the peak of humanity. Rumble. At this moment, a few helicopters landed and a group of soldiers walked out. Students, you're safe now. Most of the insect beasts in the North Station have been cleaned. We'll immediately send you to the hospital if you're injured. A captain soldier walked out of the cabin and said loudly. Yes. Many of our students are injured. Many students spoke up. Yuan Cheng and the other geniuses couldn't help but ask, Sir, didn't the North Station's defense line collapse? I heard that nearly 1 million insect beasts surged in. Were the insect beasts all killed? The captain nodded and sighed. It's not only the North Station. Almost all the insect beasts at the West Station have been cleaned up by Senior Joe. Now, Senior Joe has rushed to the East Station to provide support. What? Nearly 1 million insect beasts were killed by a single person. Yuan Cheng, Yun Yan, and the others' mouths gaped open. The captain smiled and said, That's right. I still can't believe it, but I saw with my own eyes when Senior Joe slashed at those insect beasts as if they were grass. It was simply abnormal. With such an invincible expert in the city, we don't have to worry about the beast wave attack anymore. Yuan Cheng and the others were all stunned. At the East Station defense line. Roar! 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 A large number of king-level demon beasts attacked crazily. Although the laser cannon had killed more than 30 demon kings, there were too many demon kings in the East Station. Furthermore, towards the end, the laser cannon's energy was becoming insufficient. Commander Zhao and the other Grandmasters were all injured as they gritted their teeth and persisted. Of the 4 lines of defense, the East Station was the most well guarded. However, the main attack of the Beast Wave attack this time was also the East Station. Roar! Suddenly, a world-shaking roar sounded. Swoosh! Swoosh! The countless demon warriors and demon kings retreated. When Commander Zhao and the other Grandmasters saw this, their bodies trembled instead of revealing joy. They knew that the terrifying demon overlords could no longer hold back. Indeed. A giant bear covered in black scales stepped on the ground and crossed to the iron high wall in a few steps. Roar! It looked up and roared, its voice tearing through the world and enveloping the entire city. Commander Zhao's expression changed drastically as he gritted his teeth. Prepare the laser rail cannon. Facing an overlord-level existence, they, the Grandmasters, were no match at all and could only rely on the laser rail cannon. However, as soon as Leader Zhao finished speaking, the weapons and equipment department did not respond at all. Prepare the laser rail cannon. Leader Zhao shouted again. There was still no response. He Baiao, Zhenhong, and the other Grandmasters were all stunned. What happened? Bang! The overlord-level bear's paw smashed down, breaking the hard high wall like tofu. Immediately, nearly a third of the high wall defense line collapsed. Tisk tisk, Commander Zhao, your Huadong city sure is bold to dare to uproot our dark god's stronghold. Now, enjoy our revenge. Buzz. A cold voice sounded in Commander Zhao's ear mic.